Welcome to Herbs After 9. If you're tuning in, make yourself a cup of tea, put your feet up, and listen to some herbal wisdom to nurture you naturally.
No, can you say a glass of tea? Because I really said it. Yeah, if you don't want to have a glass of tea, you can have a cup of tea. But yeah, some got glasses here. So in my cup today, I've got lemon balm and rose. This is one of my favorite combinations. It's really floral, really fragrant. Also, lemon balm and rose is really calming to the nervous system, and I'm quite nervous right now. Don't know why, because I'm only speaking to a camera, but this is the first ever episode, and I'm not really used to being behind a camera like anymore. If you follow me on YouTube or Instagram, you know that I haven't uploaded true content for some time. So this is all kind of new to me again, and I'm getting comfortable. So get comfortable with me, put your feet up and have a listen. All right, so why am I starting this? Oh, actually, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, because some people may be listening to me for the first time. I'm a medical herbalist. I have been practicing since 2015. So how many years is that? That's about 8 years now. Oh, eight years, that's gone so far. So I've been practicing since 2015. Before going to herbal school, I actually went to medical school. I wanted to become a doctor from ever since I could remember. I was interested in the human body and I wanted to go to medical school to become a doctor really. So I went to medical school. I went for 1 year. Just before I went to enter into the second year, I was really impressed to explore other avenues. At first, I didn't know exactly what it was that God was calling me to do. But then it became very clear that it was herbal medicine. I dropped out of medical school and I pursued a career in herbal medicine. I studied an undergraduate BSc at Middlesex University for 3 years, and it was amazing. Leaving medical school, and it's so difficult to get into medical school, first of all, and it took me 2 years because the first time I applied, I didn't get in. So I took an unexpected gap year. I tried again, got in, and it was like, yeah, life is all coming together. It was amazing. The first year was lovely, by the way. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I learned so much about anatomy and physiology, and that gave me a real good basis for the things that I understand today. But as I said, making the decision to leave wasn't easy. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life. So as you can imagine, making that decision and going into something else, you're always a bit fearful that you might regret it. And to leave medical school and to want to go back, I don't know how that all works, but that wasn't an option. So this had to be the right decision. And of course, if God was telling me to do it, of course it's going to be the right decision. But ever since, looking back, I've never once regretted this decision. So that's just an amazing, that's a short testimony for you there. But that's how I got into medical school. No, wait, that's how I got into herbal medicine. And yeah, going into herbal medicine, it was such a whole new world. I'm from London. I grew up in the city. I knew nothing about plants and herbs for healing. If I had any health conditions, I'd reach for the paracetamol. I didn't take a lot of drugs, but that's all I knew. That's what I associated with health. I never associated plants with health. So it was an eye-opener being in herbal school, but every session I literally soaked up so much, and it was so amazing to me. I was surrounded by people that, asked questions that I would have never even thought of before. I was surrounded by people who thought differently about, the world and health concerns. And it just kind of gave me a good insight into the human body, but also how much we don't know about the human body, and how much of the knowledge that we're not given until we actually get older and seek that knowledge ourselves. So yeah, that's my story. I'm a medical herbalist. I'm also an endobiogenic medical practitioner. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but I studied something called endobiogenic medicine. That's endobiogenic medicine. And it's an amazing system of medicine, which I'm definitely going to get into in other episodes. But yeah, it's an amazing system of medicine that looks at the body in such a holistic way. It helps to explain things that you can't understand about your body. It helps to explain why sometimes you might be feeling really ill, really poorly for a long time. You've seen countless doctors, you've had countless blood tests, and they all come back saying that you're normal, that there's nothing wrong with you and you're completely fine, but you know that you're not well. It explains why you have symptoms of high or low thyroid, that you had blood tests and they come back completely normal. It can explain all of these things. It can explain why, when you're feeling stressed or when you're lacking sleep, your eczema flares up, or you have chronic skin conditions that gets, better in summer and worse in the winter. Endobiogenic medicine is amazing, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So that's my passion. I'm passionate about herbs, I'm passionate about health, and I'm passionate about endobiogenic medicine. And most of all, I'm passionate about sharing my knowledge, the things that I know already, the things that I'm learning on a day-to-day basis. I'm passionate about sharing it with you guys. So that's the reason for starting this podcast. Another reason why I wanted to share this podcast is because I've had so many impromptu conversations with people about health. As you can imagine, being like a health professional, these kind of conversations always come up. And when you're in this field for a long time, you kind of start to take for granted things that you know. If you're learning something day in, day out, you kind of think it's common knowledge and you think that everybody knows about this stuff. But when I've been in certain conversations and I speak to people and I give them a snippet of information, or something about the human body, or I break down or explain something to them about why they're feeling the way they are, they're always so amazed and so fascinated. Or when I share with them a herbal remedy and it works, they're always taken by surprise. And it just always reminds me that the information that I have, it isn't common knowledge. Most people are not coming from a place where they've grown up and understood their body in such a way that, it gives them the power to take their health into their own hands. So I really want to share those little nuggets of information with you so that you can start to take your health back into your own hands. I want to help you to learn how to use herbs at home, how to use herbs for yourself and your family, how to use herbs in such a way that it's second nature to you. That's the reason why I'm starting this podcast. Also, I was thinking, I've got so many topics that I want to share, and I will bring them out in each episode. But I also want to answer questions that you may have. If you've got any questions about your health, if you've got any questions about herbs or things that you want to know, it can be a big question, it can be a small question. If you've got a really bad health concern, I won't be able to diagnose you and treat you through an episode. But definitely come to me with your questions, and I'll definitely try to answer as well as I can on this podcast. What would I like for you to take away from this podcast? I want you to have a place that you can come to. You can listen and reason. I want a little place that you can come to be able to understand some of the enigmas you might have had with your health, or members of your family's health. I want you to I want you to gain the information and the education that you didn't get growing up, because really none of us went to school and learned about, we had science lessons, we learned about biology, but you didn't really learn about the holistic nature of the human body. We weren't really taught exactly how the brain was connected to the gut. We wasn't really taught about how stress could make you so sick and how it can affect, all the different systems in your body. We weren't really taught health in a holistic manner such as that. It was the way that we were taught health was very reductionist. in a sense, it just kind of split everything into its different compartments. So you had your digestive system, you have your circulatory system, your respiratory system, and they kind of treat it as individual systems. So if you, for example, you go and see a doctor and you've got something wrong with your gut, they just look at you as a gut. They don't look at the whole human body, your brain, your respiratory system, or your skin. They don't kind of put it all together. It's taught in a very kind of, all I can think of as the word is reductionist way, very compartmentalized. And I just think in order for us to take health back into our own hands, because I think that's something that's important too, taking our health back into our own hands. I think we give too much power to external forces to figure out what is wrong with us and to get us better in every situation. I think there's some things that you can really try to understand yourself and implement yourself in order to get health or take our health back into our own hands. It requires an understanding of your body, an understanding of for every action there is a reaction. How you treat your body is it determines what's going to happen to your body and what you're going to experience and the symptoms that you might experience. That understanding is what I am passionate about. That is what I like to learn about every day, and that's exactly what I want to share with you every day. So if you take one thing from each episode, I'll be happy. Something that you can implement into your own lives or into the lives of others. So yeah, enjoy this podcast. I will. My husband is sleeping on the chair right now. He's the one that's recording this, and that's why I just keep talking, because he's actually sleeping, and we are here alone. We are here. I thought that he might hear that and wake up, but he hasn't. So yeah, cheers. Yum. Okay. Cat it. So yeah, thanks for joining me for this first episode. I look forward to seeing all of you guys, and take care. Bye.